Hi, my name's Rob. I'm with River House Laser Works, and today we're going to be working with our Mira 9 laser, which we purchased from Aeon Laser USA, and we're going to be working on a eagle over a flag cutting board, where we're going to put that onto a bamboo board. It's approximately this size here, and it's going to be coming across this way. It's going to look approximately like this eagle here that we did put on this board. This is our table, and as you can see, we did do this with our Aeon. It was easy to fit inside here. As you can see, the bed is almost 36 inches wide, so there's plenty of room for this. One of the nice features with the Mira 9 is the which is the autofocus function, which we will go through that later, and plus it has a bed that goes down, which is really nice feature, and it is motorized. So you do that with these two controllers here, with this button. Goes up and down. So it's nice, so it can accommodate pretty deep items. This bed here, or this door here, opens up, so you can put longer items here if necessary. You know, if you need something to hang out, so you can actually have, you know, quite a bit of room going out to the back there. So this is what we're going to be working with today. So the next thing I'm going to do after this is with bamboo, because I can't really sand it because this isn't a wood product, it's more of a grass, so we got to be sure that we protect this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mask this with some masking tape so that it prevents the burn marks that are going to be here from on the wood. It helps protect it and helps with cleanup. So yeah, that's going to be the next step. Alright, so we're back. So the next step that we're going to do is put this masking tape onto this cutting board to try and protect this area here. So this is actually the very first thing I made for my laser, is this station for the masking tape. And so I'm just going to apply that here. I have a little thing here, but I like to use my scissors actually a little better, just to run through here. And then I'm just going to protect this area here. And what you want to do is be sure that this is flat on your area. And these are really handy to have around. This actually has some felt on it. This helps push this masking tape up against this board, makes it nice and flat, because one of the last things you want to have is a fire inside your laser. And this side really doesn't matter. Just want to be sure that it's not flapping about. Now this is the most important side. I want to be sure that this is all laid up tight here. And so the next step is to put it inside the laser. Next step, we're going to put this inside the laser. I like to use these lines that are inside the honeycomb table for a reference line to help me keep it straight. And usually the next step I do is I move the laser head over to my area that I want to start, where I think I'm going to start my edge at, and I want to run the laser across here to be sure that I got a nice straight area. And as I can see, it's not straight. So that's looking pretty good here. And then I want to come up along this edge here and keep sure that's straight. So I'm actually going to check 3 sides. Okay, that's running nice along that line. And then for now, I am just going to call that my origin. I'm probably going to end up with my center origin here. I got to find the center of this first. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be back. Sure, I get a good measurement of this area. So I'm going to take the height of this, which is 6 1/4, and then I'm just going to take it from this edge here. So that's 12 1/2. So I got 6 1/4 by, sorry, my pen hasn't rolled in a while. 12.5 and 6.25. So the next step I'm going to do is I am going to decide what I want to do. I'm putting the eagle this way across, and I do want to have some space on either side so it's equal. So I do know it's 12 1/2. So what I'm going to do is I want 1/4 inch probably on each side. So since that's 6.25 and 12.5 here to here, if I go 1/4 inch on each side, that will be 1/2 inch here. Okay, so I found the center of my board, and so what I've done is I've moved my laser head to the center of this board, and then what I'm going to do is I want to make that the origin, because I want to do a center origin on this board, just because that's going to be the center of the eagle that I'm putting on there, and it's much easier to do that on a type of board like this and to start in one of the corners for me on this. So that's how I usually do my board. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to hit origin, enter, and that's my origin. Next step I can do is I can hit the ZU, since the Mira 9 has an autofocus feature, is I'm going to hit that, enter, and then as you can see, the head is going to come over here, the bed's going to rise, the pin's going to hit this board, and you'll see it kind of collapse, focus, and that's the focal point for this head, laser head that's in this Mira 9 currently. And so pretty much that's the focus. You do have the option of taking this pin out and doing a manual focus, but for this situation I can just do the autofocus. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go help in Lightburn, and Lightburn's going to open, and then we're going to come up to File, and we're going to import, and we're going to look for our eagle that we have. Okay, so we did find the file itself, and then we imported it into Lightburn, and this is what it looks like right now. My settings, I usually change my Engrave settings to red. It's just something I do. And with our bamboo board, I'm going to double check what my settings are here, so just hold on just 1 minute. Okay, so the next step we have to do with Lightburn is to size that eagle to fit our board. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually select a rectangle tool or the square tool up here, the shape tool, and we're going to hit create a rectangle. So I know my board is 12.5 by 6.25, so we're going to go ahead and make a rectangle with that. And then you got to be sure that you unlock your board up here, or your measurements here at the top on your tool that you're making. Alright, so what we're going to do next is, so we have our toolbar here, or our toolbox here. We're going to go ahead and grab our eagle and bring that over to this toolbox that we have. Drop it inside there. And let's keep we want to keep this locked right now because proportionately I want a 1/2 inch on the right and left side, so it's, or a 1/4 inch, so, or a 1/2 inch, I'm sorry. So we're going to make that 12 inches is the width. And that will change that to look appropriate and bring it to size. Okay, so we brought that to 12. So you can see it's still hanging over a little bit on the top, so it's a little bit bigger because it's 6.66 inches. So I might have to bring that down to 11.5. Let's change that to 11.5. Yeah, so that's looking a lot better. So the proportions are a lot better, but it's still hanging over in this right corner here. But let's go ahead and see if we can center it. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then you're going to center it to that. So what you want to do is you're going to hit Shift and select the outside toolbar too. Hit the outside toolbar. And then come up here and then use your center tool, which is up there, and we're going to align center on top. So this eagle has like a natural, one side is kind of higher than the other as it's spreading its wings. So it is, what we want to do is really be sure that the bottom is aligned. The two bars below, that they're equal distance here, because that right upper edge, since the way the eagle, the wings is spread out, it's going to be a little bit higher and tilted. But in order to make it level, we want to be sure that the bottom of the eagle is level. Alright, so the settings that we had so that this eagle, you can see right here, is not off the board itself. We ended up going with 11 inches across on the eagle. The reason why I locked it, because when you lock it proportionately, it does the calculations where the eagle doesn't look like it's squished or shrunk in any type of way. When you shrink something with it locked, it brings it proportionally to the correct size with an SVG file. So the next thing we're going to do is just be sure that our settings are correct here. And here, we're going to get ready to send this off to the laser. So we'll do a quick little preview. Hit play. Make it go a little faster here. Okay, that's going to look good. Okay, it's actually saying it's going to take 36 minutes for this. Okay, I'm going to send this off to the laser by hitting send. Okay, come in here to hit OK. Balloon file, yes, the file exists. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to load the file. So what we're going to do is come here and just hit load and hit enter, and that's going to load the file here. And then just want to be sure my settings are correct. It's 340, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit frame here, which is this button here. And what that's going to do, it's going to frame where I have it on the board. So let's try that again. Okay, so let's do that one more time. And it's going to go back to center. So we've got that good. We're all set. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to close the door. And then come over here. And then put my fan on. So on the side. And then come over here and be sure I read the checklist here, and Boba Fett's got me in line. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And we're off. Looks like it's coming along really nice now. And this is coming back from the controller back to the machine. That noise you hear in the background is my air pump, which is I have here a little air cleaner here that keeps next there. I have a little California air compressor. And in the back here is where I have air separator and filter, water separator I should say. You know, because as you compress air, you're going to get water in your system, so you don't want that. So down here is where the water will come out. You'll get some water in here, and that's just another catch. I usually keep my pressure around that 35, I believe here. So that seems to work pretty well. 25 down here on is my output that's coming out of my laser into, or coming out of the air compressor into the machine. Overall, you can tell it's pretty quiet. Right now, you just hear the fan going. And if you come around to the rear of the laser, here is the air chiller. Right down here is the temperature. And it's easy to drain. There's a drain. You can see the drain right there. Yeah, so it's well, you see with the masking tape, since I can't sand it, normally I wouldn't use masking tape on some things because I can sand it. A little light sand paper will take off some of the soot that comes off just from a burn. The actual burn of the wood, at least behind a little bit of a soot. But since this is a grass, and I won't be able to sand it because you won't be able to finish it correctly. So this masking tape really helps with the cleanup. And as you can see, there's a little bit of yellow. That's what would be on the wood if that masking tape was not there. And as you can see, I feel like this is moving the smoke off pretty good off this laser here. I don't have an external fan, so, and I've been pretty happy with the performance. I really don't get much odor at all. Again, I do have this Lavoie air filter down here, and we run that 24/7. So I've changed it once in the 6 months that we've had this machine. As you can see, you gotta stand by your laser at all times. You see that little thing right there? That I just watched that get blown off the burn down there, and so that's a piece of masking tape. So I'm going to remove that, because if the laser goes on top of that, one, it's going to cause the area to burn, and it's going to put a spot in my design, and two, it can also, it's a fire hazard. As you can see, there's another chunk right there, another chunk right there. So if I don't get that off, they potentially could light up and start the surface on fire, and then before I know it, I got a fire in my laser. So I'm going to take care of that right now and show what it looks like. Yeah, so we started it back up right back where it was before I cleared that debris that was on there. That was a potential fire hazard. So, you know, that's just a perfect example of why you don't leave your laser while it's burning. You know, you can end up with a little bit of a fire. I can see I got a little area. Oh, it looks like it got blown away. So, yeah. Also, what's nice is the air pressure that comes out of the laser head too. It looks like that's probably helped clear that debris that was out there. Okay, now that the piece is finished, we're going to take it out of the laser. So, I'm going to move the head off to the right, just get that out of the way. Grab a hold, and here we go. Alright, so here it is. Looks like the masking tape has come off quite a bit, so we're just going to bring it over to the table. See what we have here. Start taking the tape off. This is one of the reasons why I don't like, I mean, sometimes you have to use masking tape, but the other thing is, you know, you end up having to remove it too. So sometimes you get some like Gorilla Tape or something similar to pull this off. So, alright, welcome back. So this is the end result after taking all the masking tape off. I think it looks okay. You can see there's some inconsistencies related to how, you know, bamboo kind of is. Here it looks really nice, but here it's dark, and here it's a little darker, here it's a little lighter. So that's just, I think, to me, a lot of times bamboo is that way, more so than a hardwood, just because it's a grass versus, you know, wood. So yeah, so it looks, that's the end result. So it took about 35 minutes on the Mira 9, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon.